guys, it's Diane here from Di's Den, and today I'd like to show you how I made this card. Now this is called a Flying Finch card, which is from Susan Campfield. I'm doing this with her permission. I did ask permission to case her card, but I've actually done mine in Australian European sizing. So this is 5 7/8 by 4 1/8 across here. It's actually just a tiny bit over 4 1/8. It's about 4 1/4, but it will fit into a regular envelope. So with her permission, and thank you Susan, I have made this card, and I'm going to show you how I made this card and what the measurements turn out to be for Australian and European sizing. Oops, sorry, I'm out of the picture a bit. So I will show you what I'm going to be using, because I'm going to be using quite a lot of new products. So let's pop this one on one side and I'll show you. Now this was carried over from the mini catalogue, Share a Milkshake, and I love this set, so I'm going to be using that. I'm going to put You're the Cherry on the top and Celebrate, and I'm doing the glass with the bubbles on the top for the milkshake. So I'm doing that set, and I'm using the dies that go with it. I'm also using the Stylish Shape dies, which these have actually carried over as well from the catalogue. So they are, I think it's that size. I'm not sure if it's that size or the next one up. No, it's that one. So it's the 1/3 size of those in the oval, round circles, whatever you want to call them. So I'll be using that one, and I've already cut that out, and I've cut out, stamped and cut them out as well. So let's pop them out of the way. I've only got a little bit of stamping to do for the back of the card. Oh, which I forgot to show you. This card, I've actually made a writing panel on the back. This one I haven't put in anything. I know it's small, but I thought, you know, you can write across the panel rather than down the panel if you don't want to. So I just thought it was nice. I like a writing panel on my cards. So that's why I did that. Okay, so we're going to be using this new paper called Bright and Beautiful. It's a 6 by 6 pack. So you get all these beautiful papers. So let's see, that's what I'm using. This one here, and that's in the Berry Burst, which is this colour here, which is a new colour, which is lovely. I love it. It was here before, and it has an in colour a few years back, and now it's back again. So this has got beautiful, beautiful paper in this. That's called Lemon Lolly, that one. Lemon Lime Twist, which is a returning colour. Pretty Peacock, which is a returning colour, along with a few other colours that are returning. So that's the paper we're going to be using, and I'm using this one, so it's really pretty on the other side, but we're using this stripy side. So I've cut all that out. So let's put, there's only one thing that I'm going to use that isn't even a Stampin' Up product, and that's only because I had them in my stash and I thought it went really well with the paper, and that's these little gems here to put on my card front. So this is what we're going to need. Now, as you can see, I've got an idea how this is going to go together, so I've already put my front pieces together, not together on there, but I've stamped them all out, so we'll pop them on one side. Because if you haven't seen me stamp with this set and cut, and that, there's a video a couple of months back now that I did using this set, and so you will see how I cut it all out then. So now I've stamped and cut that out. So let's see, for our main, now let's move all these out of the way so we know where we're going. For our card, for our wings, we need 2 pieces of card that measure 5 7/8 by 6 1/4 inches. And then for our middle section, we need a piece of card that measures 5 7/8 by 3 1/2. Now we do need to make sure that these are all level. So once you've cut them out, pop them up against each other like so, and just check. If not, just trim that tiny bit off so that they are all the same size. Okay, for my outer wings, Right, for my outer wings you'll need 2 pieces of card that measure 5 5/8 by 1 1/4. For my inner wings you'll need 2 pieces of card that measure 5 5/8 by 1 inch and 5 3/8 by 3/4 of an inch. So did I say that one? 5 3/8 by 1 inch. For the front panel you'll need a piece that measures 5 5/8 by 3 1/4, and the DSP will be 5 3/8 by 3 inches. For my writing panel on the back I have 2 pieces of card that measure 5 5/8 by 1 1/2 inches, and 2 pieces that measure 5 3/8 by 1 1/4. So that's my writing panel for the back. So that's our card pieces. You will find the written tutorial on my Facebook group, so if you didn't get all the measurements you will find a link below for where to go for them, and I will mention that again at the end of the video. Okay, we're going to bring in our scoreboard and we're going to score both of our wings on the 6 1/4 inch side. We're going to score these, which is the long side, at, using the small bowl, 1 1/2, 2 3/4, and 4 5/8. So we're going to do the other one exactly the same. So we're going to score this one at 1 1/2, 2 3/4, and 4 5/8. Okie dokie. So that is our scoring done, and we're going to fold these as such. Now I'll bring in the other card so you can see. Our outer panel here is this one here, which is the first one at 1 1/2 inches. So we want to have the 1 1/2 inch piece on that side, and we want to have the 1 1/2 inch piece on this side. So I'm just showing them up against this so you can see what I'm talking about. Once you've got that, so you've got your bigger piece in the middle. I'm going to pop this card out of the way again. Oops, don't turn under there. We're going to fold this as such. We're going to fold this as a mountain fold, mountain fold. I'm going to fold this one as a valley fold, and a valley fold on the other one. I'm doing them two at the same time, but we'll go through it again in a minute. And then we're going to do this one here as a valley fold as well. And this one here as a valley fold. If you do them together, you'll know that you've got them the correct way around, because these pieces are the outside of the wings. So when we have it, we have the 1 1/2 inch piece on this side, the 1 1/2 inch piece on this side, and the easiest way to do that is just get a pencil and just put a little cross on the ones in the other end, so you know that those two pieces are going to go together. Okay, so it was a mountain, valley, valley, mountain, valley, valley. So when they're together like that, they're both the same. Mountain, valley, valley. We're going to turn that one around so we have mountain, valley, 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 mountain. We're going to push this one in like so, and this one in like so. So I'm actually going to use, I will use my eraser here and take them off, because that piece will show. So we'll pop that off, and we're going to pop these together like so. And I find it easier just to use a tiny bit of double-sided tape, which I've got a little bit here, to put across in a couple of places. That way I know that this is lined up perfectly top and bottom. And we're going to bring in our white piece for our middle section, which is what I call front in the video, and we're going to glue that to this. So I'm going to pull that up. Now if you wanted to use tape all the way, that's fine. as you know, I prefer to use wet glue. So I'm going to just prep my wet glue bottle, and I'm going to lay my glue onto the two pieces. And then I'm going to glue this piece, lay this piece, so that I have, where this join is, this line is here, this score line on both sides, is just showing on both sides about 1/8 of an inch. You've got time to move it around with wet glue, where with tape you don't. Now you've got to also make sure that you're level at the top and at the bottom. That is why, because the whole card is the same length. And that is the basics of our Flying Finch card. So once we've done that, we can now pop our layers on, which is our middle layer, which is the 5 5/8 by 3 1/4 and 5 3/8 by 3 inches. And that will go over the top of that middle section there that you've just put into the middle of the card, with your nice border on the 4 sides. Okay, then we're going to look at these ones. Now we want the larger ones go on the outside, and the smaller ones go on the inside. So do I use these the opposite way, or do I just keep it all the same? I think I'm going to just keep it all the same way. Turn them around so that the dark section here, there is at the bottom on all of them. So I'm going to glue them on, and these are the 5 5/8 by 1 1/4 with the 5 3/8 and 1 inch. I could have actually stuck half of these together, I guess, couldn't I? But there you go, I did not. So if you don't want to watch me sticking these all together, you know the routine. Just whiz on. So I'll pop these two on first. Oops. It's hot in here today. It's quite a warm day, considering we're halfway through autumn. Oh, actually, we're more than halfway through autumn, I think, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're about into the second half of autumn now. So, okie dokie, so we have put them together now, and we'll pop them onto the card. Got a bit of something on my finger now there. Now this card looks like it's got a little bit of a funny mark in it here, but it's not. It's how it is on the paper. I will get a full sheet out to show you. See, this is a part sheet because I had to use a part sheet. So let me see if I can find a full sheet. Oh, come out a bit. There we go. On the full sheet, you'll see there's like, looks like watermarks over it, but it's the same on all of them. So because at first I thought, oh no, it's got marks on it, but it hasn't. You can't see it real well in the paper, but it's light darker here and here with faded out and like a watery mark through the middle there. And that's how it's supposed to be. I checked the paper and all 4 pieces were exactly the same, so I know that that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so that's our main part of our card done. So we will put our pen and our card will lay like this. Okay, so our card is now complete to be decorated, except for the back. So we'll give that a bit of a burnish down, and we will actually, I'm going to stamp with my Berry Burst Celebrate. I'm just going to stamp this on one of these, and I'm going to stamp it close to the middle, or close to the edge there, sorry, because I'm going to put this one down here and this one here, so that they can know that they've got a write on it, whoever uses the card, whether it be me or whether it's someone else that decides that they would like to use my card, because I sometimes give some away, so, or sell them. Oh my goodness, don't stick to that. Okay, so then I'm going to glue that onto the back of here, like so. I'm going to glue that one, empty one there, and that one there, so I can write to whoever, celebrate, love. It's just that, as I said, I'm one of these people that like a writing panel on my card. Some people are happy just to give a card and just write their name anywhere on the card or on a blank side. But I actually like to think that the card is finished better with a proper writing panel. So that's my writing panel on the back. So let's do our finishing off. At this stage, and any stage, it doesn't really matter if I've got it that way up or the other way up, but I want the darker bit at the bottom. So let's bring in our cherries and everything. I've got the 2 glasses, 2 pieces of froth to go on the top, 2 cherries and my cherry piece. So I'm going to pop some dimensionals onto the backs of these. I've got to put a little one down there if I've got any little ones here. Yes, I've got some little ones here. So, on that piece, might as well do that little one on there while I've got it in my hand. So let's see, what colour have I got here? I've got the pink one first, or the Berry Burst one first, so that can go there. When you cut this one out, if you're using the same dies, you'll find that there's like a slit in here, so you can poke your straws through, which I think is a really great idea. So I'm going to pop 2 of them on there and 1 little one on those straws to hold it in place. And I'll pop that on top of that. Just there like that, bringing it down as far as I can so that it looks like it's going over the top of the glass. And then this one, I need to watch where this is going to go so that I don't put it too high. So that looks about right, just there. Because we don't want our milkshake hanging off the edge. Oh, these 2 aren't together the same. So I'm going to just pop that one just there. These 2 straws are a bit further apart. So I'll pop that one there. I'll pop a couple of dimensionals. I keep saying dimensions. They're dimensionals. Not that anybody has got back to me about that. So we're going to pop that down in here, or shall we put it up there? I reckon I'm going to put it up there, and it doesn't matter as long as it doesn't hang out over the edge of this one. It doesn't matter if it hangs over the edge of that one. So we're going to pop that up there, and we'll put a couple of little ones on the back of the cherries, and we'll put the cherries on the top of our, oops. Oh, gonna get off my finger. Okay, so that's our cherries on the top, and then I'm going to just pop these on like so, because I just think they just actually give it what it needs. So I don't know that this stuff on the back of these is very good by the looks of things, so it might be a matter of pulling that right off and gluing them down flat. That looks better than being up in the air like that. We'll do the last one. And those things on the back of that, I've been doing a little bit of sorting out, and I need to use up some of my other things as well, so that's why I've been doing it. Okay, so that's our card for today. Let me put the pin back in my glue. Because it's really hot today, so it will dry very quickly. And it stands up like this, so it looks like, when it's standing like this, or you can't see very well, it looks like a finch wings. So it stands up like this. So we'll pop him down like this. And this is our original one that I did with this set, which is actually carried over as well, which is great. And this is actually called a flying finch card because of the shape of the wings on the side. If you'd like the written tutorial for this, please head down the bottom here to Di's Den for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. That's my Facebook group. There you will find a link to my Facebook group, so you'll be able to go down there and get the written tutorial for this. It is written in inches and metric, because I actually prefer to use inches because I just find it easier. I can visualize inches much better than I can centimeters and millimeters. So, but I do have both written down there. And if you've enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any projects, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.